Now, it now would appear that all living hostages have been released into Israeli custody. Gaza have now handed them all over, according to the IDF, the Israel Defense Force. Trump is about to address the Israeli parliament, and so we'll bring you that, obviously, as soon as it happens. The released hostages include the twins, Ziv and Gali Berman, who were pictured in Gaza this morning. Absolutely extraordinary story this morning. Breaking news around about just after 6:15 this morning. The first 7 hostages were released into 3 cars, Red Cross cars, driven then from Gaza into Israel. They're being examined by doctors. They're being reunited with their families. Let's not forget that 1,195 people were killed by Hamas on October the 7th, 2023. 251 others were abducted. There are still some 28 hostages who are thought to be dead, whose bodies have still not been returned. We hope that these bodies will be returned to their family in due course. But certainly the great news this morning is that all 20 living hostages who have been held since that horrible day in October 2023 have now been released. 738 days in captivity. Extraordinary. Let's talk now to Heidi Bakram, who has lost family members in that terrible event. And of course, his wife, a cousin of Heidi's husband, and his wife and 2 children were held at gunpoint on the floor of their home. Absolutely incredible day, Heidi, for you. I guess it must bring back an awful lot of memories for you.
Yeah, it's a lot of mixed emotions today, but overriding one is absolute joy for the live hostages that have come back and their beautiful reunions with their families. And a lot of them we've become very close to as well over the past 2 years, and we've sort of become one big family. So we're feeling everything, you know, by proxy of what they're feeling. But some of them, of course, are going to have their relatives come home in coffins, and some of them we're not even sure if the bodies are going to come home at all. So there's some uncertainty about Hamas finding bodies that they kidnapped in Gaza, and that just is really unacceptable, because those families cannot live with that limbo forever.
No, of course not. Did you ever think this day would come?
I mean, yeah, we had hope, because we had to have hope, because we had to keep fighting for them. But yeah, it felt hopeless sometimes.
Yeah.
And certainly we were carrying this kind of weight of despair around with us a lot. And I've only just actually realised how much of that weight was there. And the past 2 nights, even though it wasn't absolutely sure what was going to happen, I actually slept for 2 whole nights, which I haven't slept, I realised, a whole night for 2 years.
It's incredible, isn't it? And watching the scenes in Hostage Square and watching the relatives, you know, I don't know them, but I feel a kind of amazing connection with them in a way, because we've all just wondered at some point, even if it was only once or twice in the last 2 years, what it must be like to be waiting like that, to not know whether you're ever going to see your relatives or your sons or your daughters ever again.
Yeah, I mean, I was speaking to one of the relatives the other night, and he said, well, you know, we wait now, but we've become experts in waiting. So, you know, they've learned this incredible patience and tolerance for this sort of uncertainty. But yeah, the last 2 days have been really tough in terms of waiting. It felt much longer, like it felt like a year long, 2 days.
Yeah.
And those minutes, even waiting to hear and see their voice and see their faces and know it's for real, there's always that doubt right up until the last second. But now they've seen their faces and they're all coming home, and there's just utter joy now, and we can just really celebrate. And I think you're right. I think people around the world have felt connected to them, and they've learned their stories, and they've seen that, like, the relatives of the families have been relentlessly campaigning for them and been total heroes in terms of these are ordinary people that just turned into diplomats and campaigners and activists and warriors overnight, and really stepped up and played a massive role in saving their loved ones.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we can all celebrate in our own way at some point during the course of today. Heidi, thank you very much. Heidi Bakram, his family members were murdered and taken hostage by Hamas. Now, we spoke about what happened here at the weekend. Keir Starmer, of course, off to Egypt to apparently claim credit for something that a lot of people don't think he had anything to do with. And of course, he's going to try and get himself involved in future peace negotiations. He's already said that we will be helping with humanitarian aid into Gaza. What he isn't doing is preventing racist chanting and racist behaviour and anti-Semitic behaviour at these ridiculous protests. We're going to talk to Samara Gill in a second, Talks presenter, who went down to the protest in London on Saturday. Have a look at what she found.
A flag for the Islamic State right near Westminster. I mean, we've had a terrorist attack in the past few weeks, and now we have someone wielding an Islamic State flag. Modern Britain confirmed that that flag there is a flag for jihad. It's a very interesting flag. Yeah, what does it mean?
Declaration of faith. Basically, it means there's no God but Allah, and his prophet is Muhammad. That's it.
It looks a lot like the jihad flag to me.
Nah. We're here to show the government they need to cut ties with Israel. We want no more. We want Palestine to be free.
Free from what?
Free from Israel.
The troops have come out just a couple days ago, so it is effectively free now, would you?
Yeah, it is, but obviously the original whole land, even where Israel is now, that was all Palestine's land anyways. So you want the land back. I'm not too educated on the history, I'll be honest, but obviously speak to someone older that knows the history. I'm not too educated on it.
So you're happy for the Jews to be removed from Israel?
I'm very happy for that to happen.
Okay, and how would you want that to happen?
God knows, innit?
God knows, innit? Yeah, it's great, isn't it? What a great education these people are getting in this country. That was Samara Gill down there on Saturday questioning some of the protesters. We know what they really want. We know what they really think. Samara, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike. Yes. Oh, my God. It was terrifying down there, actually. I feel like now that all the hostages have been released, what we're left with here in England is sort of this rancid residue of Jew hatred. And what I witnessed on Saturday was actually Islamic extremism.
Yes, I mean, you saw an ISIS flag. You know, that we've had this business before, haven't we, when they first started marching around London in 2023. Oh, that's the jihad flag. Oh, jihad doesn't mean holy war. Jihad doesn't mean anything. It could mean just respect. It could just mean Allah is the true God. You know, they just kind of make it up as they go along, don't they?
They really do, and I could tell that the man next to him knew exactly what that flag meant, and they knew what they were flying, and they also, I mean, if you look at that interview, he blatantly calls for all Jews to be removed from Israel, therefore the obliteration of Jews. And I really think that it's this extremism on our streets here in the UK that's been, to be honest, encouraged by Keir Starmer, that we're going to... Oh,
have we lost you? She's just frozen there a little bit. We'll just try and get Samara back. Yeah, I mean, you talk about extremism on the street. I think she's back. Are you back?
Oh, yes, I'm back.
Sorry, you just froze there. You were talking about extremism on the streets.
Yes, there is a lot of extremism left on the streets here in the United Kingdom, which is basically this sort of backwash of what's been happening in the rest of the Middle East. And I'm just really, really worried about what the future holds.
Yeah, because we were told, were we not, last week by Shabana Mahmood that there was going to be some kind of clampdown on these kinds of protests that take place, you know, on a regular basis and in the same place. Nothing seems to have changed on Saturday, so who knows whether anything will change in the future.
Well, exactly. Now that all the terms have been met, there is essentially a ceasefire. The fact that there were even people out there on Saturday, to be honest, sickens me, because it shows that it's just about Jew hatred. It's just about the obliteration of Israel, and it's nothing about Hamas or the children of Gaza or Palestine. That's not what it's about.
No. Exactly right. Samara, thanks very much indeed. Great job. Good work going down there, and thank you for showing us that. Samara Gill there, having gone down to the protest on Saturday.